Welcome to Sissygram Stories channel. Today, I come up with whole new story content for you. If you like my voice and my voice makes you feel soft and feel relaxed, then hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe our channel for daily lifestyle changing videos. Now let's start the story. It was supposed to be the happiest time of my life, our honeymoon. I had pictured white sandy beaches, intimate dinners, and lazy days by the pool with my new wife. But never in my wildest dreams did I imagine it would start with my wife's bold plan to turn me into a woman. Idea surfaced subtly at first, hinted at only by the mischievous sparkle in Alina's eyes as we boarded the plane. I brushed it off, figuring she was just thrilled about our getaway. I assumed that look was for the adventure, for a week of sun and love. I had no idea how wrong I was. Our first evening was idyllic, almost surreal. We dined by candlelight on the beach, waves lapping gently in the background as we spoke about our future and the life we were building together. Everything felt perfect, exactly as I had envisioned it. But as we strolled back to our villa under the moonlight, Alina stopped suddenly. That glimmer in her eyes was back, playful yet serious, and it made my pulse quicken. "I've been thinking," she said, her voice laced with a thrill that usually meant she was about to propose something wild. "I want you to try something with me this week, but you have to promise to keep an open mind." Laughed, imagining she was about to suggest skydiving or scuba diving. "All right, I promise," I said, intrigued. She hesitated, her gaze flickering with excitement. "I want you to spend the rest of the honeymoon as my wife." Blinked, caught off guard. "You mean pretend to be your wife?" I asked, laughing nervously, hoping it was a joke, but smiling in that mischievous way of hers. "No, I mean a full transformation. I want to turn you into a woman for the week, just for fun. No one knows us here. It'll be our secret. I want you to see the world from a different perspective, just for a little while." I was speechless. She was serious. My mind reeled, trying to process the absurdity of it all. Why would she want this? Was it some hidden fantasy of hers, or was she testing me? Before I could voice my doubts, she added softly, "Trust me, it'll be an experience you'll never forget." That night, sleep was elusive. The idea of stepping into a woman's role, especially during our honeymoon, felt surreal. My mind kept replaying her words, wondering if I could really go through with something so unorthodox. The next morning, Alina greeted me with a bright smile and a shopping bag in hand. "Good morning, gorgeous," she said, handing me a flowing sundress. I stared at it, still wrestling with the strangeness of it all, but her enthusiasm was infectious. Reluctantly, I changed into the dress. The soft fabric clung to my body in unfamiliar ways, and as I looked at my reflection, a stranger stared back, a woman I barely recognized. With a gentle smile, Alina guided me through each step of the transformation. She applied makeup with practiced hands, explaining each product as she went, her excitement contagious. When she placed a wig on my head and turned the mirror toward me, I barely knew myself. I looked beautiful, and as strange as it felt, I couldn't deny the sense of adventure creeping in. The first time I stepped out of the villa dressed as a woman, I felt the weight of every passing glance. My heart raced as we walked among other couples, but no one seemed to notice anything unusual. To the world, we were simply two women on a romantic holiday. Gradually, my tension faded and I began to relax into the role. Over the next few days, I found myself adjusting to this new identity in unexpected ways. I became hyper-aware of small details, the way strangers smiled at me, the way they interacted. It was subtle, but there was a difference. And while it felt strange at first, it was also strangely exhilarating. Alina was my guide through it all, teaching me how to walk gracefully, apply makeup, and embrace a softer way of moving. What began as a role I was playing started to feel more natural with each passing day. One evening, Alina surprised me with a spa day. We indulged in facials, manicures, and pedicures together, and by the end of it, I felt completely pampered. She looked at me with a warm smile. "You're really enjoying this, aren't you?" I hesitated, but finally admitted, "Yeah, I think I am." It wasn't what I expected, but I was beginning to see myself differently. Yet, there were moments of doubt, too, quiet times when I questioned what this was really about. Was I doing this just for her? Or was I discovering something deeper within myself? One night, I found myself sitting on the balcony, watching the moonlight dance over the waves. Turning to Alina, I finally voiced my uncertainty. "Why did you want to do this? What were you hoping to gain?" She took a deep breath, choosing her words carefully. Honestly, it started as a playful idea, but as we went through this week, I realized it was also about exploring identity. I wanted you to see things from my perspective, to understand that it's more than just clothes or makeup. It's about experiencing life through a different lens. Her words resonated with me, and as they sank in, I felt a weight lift. Perhaps this wasn't just her fantasy. It was a journey of discovery, one I hadn't realized I needed. As the days passed, I embraced the experience fully. We ventured into town, exploring local Alexits and cafes, and I found a surprising sense of freedom in being perceived differently. In one cafe, we struck up a conversation with a group of women who had no idea of my hidden identity. For a moment, anxiety bubbled up, but Alina reached for my hand and whispered, "Just be yourself." And I did, letting myself enjoy the moment without fear or hesitation. By the end of the week, Alina surprised me with a pair of earrings, a delicate gift that felt like a token of everything we'd shared. As I looked at myself in the mirror, I felt a new kind of confidence. The dress, the makeup, the earrings, they felt like pieces of a story I hadn't known was mine to tell. Our final night was elixed by a sudden storm, turning our romantic beach dinner into a rain-soaked adventure. We laughed as we huddled under a gazebo with other couples, sharing food and stories. When the storm cleared, a brilliant rainbow arched across the sky. We shared a kiss under its glow, and I knew this experience would stay with me forever. Returning home, I reflected on the journey we'd shared. What began as a whimsical experiment had become something profound. I had confronted my fears, embraced a new side of myself, and deepened my connection with Alina in ways I hadn't anticipated. Instead of hiding the dress away, I hung it in my closet, a reminder of our adventure, of transformation, of the boundless possibilities within love. In the weeks that followed, I elenated the lessons from that honeymoon with me. I had discovered that exploring different facets of myself was liberating, and that vulnerability could lead to a deeper, truer connection. Alina and I continued to embark on new adventures, each one bringing us closer. Sometimes, when the mood was right, we'd revisit those roles, slipping into the outfits that had become symbols of love, exploration, and the journey we were on together. In the end, it wasn't just about dressing as a woman for a week. It was about understanding, self-acceptance, and embracing parts of ourselves we hadn't even known were there. Okay, my sweetheart, story ends here. Now I want to know your thoughts in comments section. Also, like and share this video with your social media account. I will come up with new content on this Sissygram Stories channel, so subscribe, and I will talk to you soon. Take care and have a nice day. See you soon, sweetheart.